Hello everybody. So today in this video we'll be talking about purchasing power parity. So in the purchasing power parity we'll be discussing about absolute PPP and relative PPP. So what is PPP? So PPP is mainly economic theory used by various economists in order to determine where the exchange rate is going. So PPP is an economic theory that suggests that exchange rate between two currencies should adjust so that the basket of goods and services cost the same in both the countries. So it is based on the law of one price. So understanding this law, we looked at an example of buying a MacBook Air in India versus US. So in the US, if it is costing $1,000, and in India, if it is costing 1 lakh rupees, and if you convert with the current exchange rate, you will be getting the MacBook Air for 89,000 rupees, whereas in India, you will be paying 100,000 rupees. So you cannot possibly take this advantage in the real world scenario because uh, if you want to use this price different and use it for commercial purpose, it does not hold good because of the transportation cost, customs, and other trade barriers. So what the PPP argues is, in the real world scenario, even though there is a price difference, the other transaction cost and other government interventions will price the goods in the same price so that it becomes identical. Then we looked at the relative PPP. So the relative PPP, rather than looking at the identical products, it looks at the inflation between two countries. So in this, we try to look at two different examples. One is the US and the UK. So assume the inflation in the UK is 5% and in the US it is 9%. So which means that the goods are priced at a higher price in the US because of the inflation, which makes it expensive for the US consumers to buy in the US. So since in the UK the inflation is lower, the same products are available at much cheaper price. So because of this reason, US investors or consumers tend to buy the products in the UK, and because of this, the US dollar will depreciate and the UK pounds will appreciate. So what the relative PPP argues is, considering the inflation rate between the two countries, the exchange rate movement tend to appreciate or depreciate till it reaches the equilibrium position, after which it stops. It's the same way in this example. The US consumer tend to buy the goods in UK till the inflation in the UK reaches close to 9%. Until after that, if they continue to trade, it will not be beneficial for them. So to summarize, what is the implication is, higher the domestic inflation, it leads to depreciation of the home currency. The same way, lower the domestic inflation, it appreciates the home currency. So why PPP matters is, it helps the firm to forecast long run exchange rate movements based on inflation trends. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.